Hello, BookTube. This is a continuation of a shelf tour. I film all these in one day and then release them throughout the week while I'm working. You'll notice I'm wearing the same t-shirt every day. I assure you I have more than one t-shirt. So we're going to take the fifth shelf. The fourth shelf we were able to get through because it had sets. And so I could get through the entire thing. It's not going to work with this shelf. So it's going to have to be split in two. So part 1 and part 2 of shelf 5, and then it'll be the 6th shelf, and that'll be it for the first, for the entire 8th bookcase. So I'm going to split, not evenly, but part 1 of the 5th shelf is going to be to finish off the English literature, the British literature. And we're going to start right off with one of my favorite books of the last few years. Many people on BookTube know it and love it and have read it, and it was a winner of the 2009 Man Booker Prize. Wolf Hall. Hilary Mantel. Absolutely loved it. I have not read the others in the set. The next one here is an author I really enjoyed, Richard Adams. It's his autobiography, Day Gone By. You see the bookmark is because I couldn't get through it. Maybe I'll give it another chance. I bogged down in it a bit. I loved Watership Down. So this is Alfred A. Knopf, New York, 1991. I think there are some photos. I mean, it's interesting. It's maybe because it's just a life that is so. It is interesting. I had difficulty getting into it. I don't know if I was expecting Watership Down again or something. But I need to give it a chance, and I'll try to get back to it. And then these are two John Bailey books about Iris and Iris Murdoch. Let me see here. So this is first, Elegy for Iris. This glare is really odd in this room today. And then this is Iris and Her Friends, a memoir of memory and desire. The Elegy for Iris was St. Martin's Press, New York, 1999. And then the Iris and Her Friends, again, this one's out of New York and London, but this is W.W. Norton and Company, and this is 2000. So there they are. And there she is. Moving right along, another great book. I don't hear much about this. This is the 5th of November, Paul West, an exciting and evocative tale of love and treason, according to Andrew Irvin of the Philadelphia Inquirer, and I absolutely agree. What a neat novel this was. So it's New Directions paperback book. It's number 1002, if that interests you. 2001. 5th of November, Paul West creates a mesmerizing tale with the events surrounding the English gunpowder plot of 1605. Instigated by 13 Catholic conspirators, most famously Guy Fawkes, the plot was a failed attempt to blow up the English Parliament and King James I. At the heart of West's novels are the trials of Father Henry Garnet, superior of the English Jesuits, who is hidden from the king's henchmen behind the walls of English mansions. This is a good novel. I don't know. I would imagine it's pretty easy to find. I read it quite some time ago and made quite an impression. Then we have Michael Onodante, The English Patient. I always mispronounce his name. Forgive me, please. And Alfred A. Knopf, New York, 1997. Many of you will have read this. It's quite a popular novel. Moving right along, Peter Ackroyd, who I love. His books, The Fall of Troy, a novel. I like his novels and I like his nonfiction. Probably prefers nonfiction. This novel is a Anchor Books edition, November 2008. Copyright was 2006. And then another author who I enjoy, A.S. Byatt. This is The Djinn and the Nightingale's Eye, 5 fairy stories. A pretty little thing. This was published 1994. And this is first U.S. edition. I just read her book, and I can't remember the title of it. It was on an interior designer or a fashion designer, and it was juxtaposed but with William Morris. Good book. It wasn't mine, so I don't have it here to check. Just sort of popped in my head there. This is this is a good book. Alan Bennett, Untold Stories. This is looks like Faber and Faber and Profile Books, 2005. I still occasionally read his stuff in the Times Literary Supplement, I think, or is it the London Review? I can't remember. Let's see, I got some pictures here that might be interesting to take a quick look at. There you go. So, anyhow, a good book. Read it quite a while ago. Then we have The Essential Pritchett. Selected writings of V.S. Pritchett. This collection, 1997, Random House. Vintage edition here, though, is 2004, so it's a little later. Quality of the paper leaves a little bit to be desired on this, but it's a paperback. This was given to me as a gift. I have not read it, but I will. Mark Logie and Peter Conradi, The King's Speech, How One Man Saved the British Monarchy, New York Times bestseller. I remember seeing I didn't see the movie, but I know about it. Sterling, New York, London. 8th printing, published in 2010. Very kind gift. I just haven't had a chance to get to it. So, yeah, I'll put that on the list. This biography is by Artemis Cooper, and it's about a writer I've really enjoyed. I have not gotten through everything he's written, but I've gotten through a good bit of it, and he's good enough, so I plan to read everything he's ever written. And that's Patrick Leigh Fermor. What an adventurous life and an adventurous mind, and just so connected with the history of the 20th century. Just an amazing biography. Let's see if I can find some pictures here. There he is in his house in Greece. So he's a great travel writer, an adventurer, a war hero. During World War II, was involved in the kidnapping and capture and kidnapping of a Nazi general on Crete. Then we have Sebastian Faulks. This is Fool's Alphabet. Little Browning Company, Boston. This is 92, first U.S. edition. And Rose Tremaine, a novel winner of the Whitbread Award. It's called Music and Silence. Oh, that's terrible, isn't that glare? And then we'll finish off with another very small, lovely book. Again, this is Alan Bennett. This is, I don't know why they're not next to each other. This is The Uncommon Reader. Worth your time. It's a delightful little book. When her corgis stray into a mobile library parked near Buckingham Palace, the Queen feels duty-bound to borrow a book. And it's just charming. So, that is the 5th shelf of the 8th bookcase, part 1. Finishes off our British books. We'll start on some American, United States type literature. And that'll be part 2. So, thank you, BookTube.